And that's the bottom line.
And we are live. Get everybody turned back on here.
It says my mic is muted.
No, we're good. We're good.
Mine was muted too.
Okay.
I muted all of you on purpose.
Oh,
Thank you.
I hear that noise every time I walk. The natural disaster steam.
That's from COVID. That COVID.
Welcome everybody to another episode of the Virtual Asylum with the three faces of Fred and Bushwhacker Luke. Welcome, fellas. Welcome.
Excellent.
whoa! G'day, ladies. How the bloody hell are you?
Here, lick my head.
Aha.
Lick my head.
You have to take the hat off. Come on, Rocky.
Take the hat off, Rocky. There you
Lick
go.
my head.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, that's a lickable head, Rocky.
That's right. How's everybody doing tonight? Good?
Good. Well, we're all good. We're all good here, mate. And we're looking forward to seeing a lot of our fans here. There's the tugboat there at the moment. Woo, woo.
He's got the hat on.
I'm strong to finish because I eat me spinach. I'm tugboat the sailor man.
Perfect. So who are we bringing in first, Dave?
Who you got?
We got Derek, Max, Tyson, Zach, and Shannon.
Let's see. Derek, Max, Tyson. Go ahead and do Max first. That's fine.
All right. Welcome, Max.
Hey, what's up, guys?
How you doing, brother?
What's up, Max?
Great. How come that's only fine to start with me? That should be like great or excellent to start.
Excuse me. That's excellent to start with Max.
Perfect.
My apologies.
Bloody love run, Luke.
Hey, Max,
what's up?
Max, you've got a lickable forehead. If I was in that room now, I'd give you a bloody good licking. But then
Thank you so
I'd
much.
give you, Max, and then I'd give you a good ass kicking. How about
I
that?
believe. Listen, I remember you as the sheep herders, and I was scared to death of you when I first saw you guys.
Oh,
What was
Hey,
that? Like the UWF or something like that? Way
Yeah,
back.
hey, I love being the bad guy. How about that?
That's great. I was actually going to ask whether you liked being the good guy or the bad guy. You already answered my question.
I enjoyed that.
And Mr. Ottman, I liked all three. All three of you guys. I loved. I felt so bad the whole Shockmaster thing. I remember seeing that.
But you remembered it.
Yes,
Don't make me pull the helmet out. I can pull the helmet out, okay? And if you were here, I know that you begging, wanting to wear that helmet. I can. A little.
I definitely would love that.
Oh yeah.
I gotta ask you, unless you don't like talking about it, like, how did that whole thing, kind of go down with the Shockmaster incident?
Why it came, wasn't that long since the event. And when I got the phone for me to come up there, they told me about what they wanted to do and that stuff. And they go, they gave me, when I got up to Daytona Beach, it was live, Bash at the Beach. And they go, well, we got to conceal your identity because they'll know who you are. Like they would never guess, But they go, about 30 minutes. I got there like 30 minutes before we were going to do the deal, so there wasn't really a whole lot of time, He goes, I had the prop guy come out and he goes, you're going to wear this. I'm like, what? You're going to wear this. And it's got two little pips in the center of this mask, right? So he said, try it on. So I on, and the glitter is coming through into my eyes. So that's a no-no, So the secretary pull her pantyhose off and cut patches and glue them over the eye holes. Look, here he is. Look, there he is.
There it is.
Shockamania. That's the gimmick, the original deal, one and only. But that's and they go do the deal. And Mike Graham, a great professional wrestler from Florida, he's the one to give me the cue to bust through the wall. And he goes, Fred, to have to hit this wall hard because we did hit the wall. It was built like a wall in your house, except right below my knees, because it was tall, because it was a set for float. They took and put a extra 2x4 going completely laterally across to give it more support, And I'm like, don't worry about it. I was benching like 600 pounds. I says, I can knock a hole in the wall. Don't worry about it. It won't be the first hole I put in a wall. So he goes, I went to double handle it. What happens is when I got the cue, blew it out. There was no way to mic this thing. So Ole did the voiceover. I am the shock master. Through the wall was like the human teeter-totter. Plume. I turned my head to the wall and first thing was to reach for the thing on the back of my head and jump up and pantomime the rest. And the rest is clumsy history.
One of the best incidents.
Great deal. Oh yeah, but it's been a great deal. Millions of people have watched that thing on YouTube. Oh, so
sure.
It's cool. Yeah. And people ask me, which one do you like the best? I says, I like them all because it's all part of being in the business. And I know and Luke can tell you this, we know lots of great guys that people consider legends in this business that have had a shocker moment in one way or another, whether it be a failure, guys getting their feet caught on the top rope as they go to jump into the ring and falling flat on their face, getting up and doing the deal and that stuff. The show must go on. That's the whole gist of the deal.
True. Great. You guys have provided me with tons of memories. I'm so thankful. I loved wrestling growing up. I really appreciate you guys. You both were great memories,
awesome.
Provided great memories for me. Appreciate it.
And Fred tripping there has made it more notorious. That's become so notorious because of that tripping. The Shockmaster.
There you go. Yep. My 5 minutes of fame.
Or 5 seconds or whatever it was.
5 seconds. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Unbelievable.
So what do we get
beer to go home tonight?
Right.
Max had a couple things. He had the Classic Jacks production that you had, Fred, and he had your Shockmaster 8x10.
Okay, Shockmaster 8x10.
Yep, and your Classic Jack Shockmaster production figure. Also
figure, Johnny.
And Luke, he had your Hall of Fame 8x10. That one.
This one here.
Yep.
Yep.
And how would you like those signed, Max?
To Max, and then just however you'd sign it is fine.
No problem.
Okay, Max.
In particular color you want? Black, silver, we've got orange, we've got green, we've got electric blue,
silver. Silver to match the helmet.
Got it.
And on this photo, mate, silver, I can't do silver because the jacket's there. What color?
Whatever color you choose. I'll trust your opinion.
Pink. Pink, sweetie.
That's what you do.
No, I haven't got pink.
Oh, I do, big boy. What do you think? It's a little hot.
Great.
And silver. And here it is. The story on there is one of the personal figures before the figures came. I signed my Legends deal with Dundee. And they were going to come out, Shockmaster, and they sent me 4 cases of these, a case. And on the back, in that orange letter says, there you go, not for sale. These were sent for me. These are part of my personal figure that I have.
Appreciate it.
Do you want me just to sign this one? Or do you want your name on here? Okay.
You can just sign it. I got a pillow too, but those probably aren't in yet, right?
Right. Those are still in production. We'll make sure we get that signed for you when they're done.
No problem.
We're going to send all the buddies out at once
Yep.
and have them signed all at once, and then they'll come back to us, and then we'll start divvying them out to everybody. It's going to be probably 6 to 8 weeks production time.
There you go, my brother.
And
Awesome.
as slow as the mail's
Awesome.
been.
Okay.
Thank you
This is
so
for
much.
Max, honey.
I got you guys here. See, you're all watching.
Awesome.
I'm a big collector myself, brother. I'm a big kid. I'll be a kid till they put me in the ground. I watch cartoons. I'm a big
Awesome.
Warner Brothers fan. I have to tell you, I don't care much for new cartoons, but comic books, the whole 9 yards. Thank God I have a kid that understands.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Max, thanks for coming in and hanging out with us for a few.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thanks,
Max.
guys. Thanks
Thank you,
again. I love
brother.
you guys for doing this.
Yeah, no
Oh,
problem.
thank
Thanks,
you,
Max.
brother. Thanks.
We'll catch you later.
See ya.
Bye.
The ice has been broken.
The ice has been broken.
Who we
It's
got?
the big one. It's the big one, Elizabeth. I'm coming to join you.
I tried all those pins you sent me, Rocky. None of them worked.
Well, you got to wait till the pin or the paint goes down to the end.
I know. I shook them and shook them.
You got to
push
hold
down.
them, hold them down.
You got to push down on the end of it.
Yep.
Did it
I
not work?
use one of mine anyhow.
Okay. Yeah, they should be good to go. I think they're brand new.
I know.
Is the tip on it still white?
Mhm.
I'm just curious.
I know one of them's coming now. Yep.
Yeah, they
So
just have
Just
to,
hold it straight down. Hold it straight down. Yeah.
yeah, they just soak
Until
up
it
the
comes
end.
all the way to the
Hey,
tip.
it's a bit like me. It took a long time to come.
Oh my goodness! Whoa! Yeah.
See, I knew this was going to be a good one.
Who we got, Rocky?
Hey,
All right,
what does
we
it look
got-
like I'm doing?
Shaking a paint pen.
It's Jake and Bacon. I helped.
Yeah.
We got
Sorry,
Derek, Tyson, Zach, Shannon, and Jeremy.
Derek, Tyson, Zach. Bring Derek in. That's fine.
All right. Big D, what's up, buddy?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Doing good.
How you doing,
How you
Derek?
doing, brother?
Whoa.
I'm so good. I'm so good.
Yeah, you're looking good, mate.
That's it, brother.
Derek, change that bloody cologne, mate. It smells like sardines.
Hey, I can't help it, man. I'm out in the river, in the lake every day, you know. Out on the kayak, end up smelling like the fish, and the last name doesn't help.
Ro, yeah. You're right, mate. You're a very fishy guy.
You know it. You know it. Well, it's a great chance to get to talk to you guys today, Fred. This will be the first time I've ever met you, and
Oh, pleasure, brother.
you know, just been like such a huge fan, and you know,
Oh,
for
thanks.
all three of the gimmicks, and you know, I was a big WWF kid, you know, growing up. So just remember, you know, loving you so much as Typhoon,
Awesome.
and then just how I could just switch on a dime to just hating, you know, your character.
Oh yeah. I
And,
tell you, there's guys that still hate me for Luke and Butch when we turn, you know, in the tag match. Oh my God. I says, do you think after like 25, 30 years, I think maybe you need to take a relax.
yeah, that was a memorable moment. I'll tell you. You know,
Yeah.
it definitely was in my wrestling, you know, childhood. But how did Vince pitch to you those two gimmicks, or did you have any say in coming up with them, or?
No, you know, everything's always about, you know, merchandise and future stuff and this, and Vince is the kind of guy that's hands-on, that wants to. The only few guys that came in there were guys that were top guys from different, you know, areas and stuff. And he tried. I mean, look what he did when my brother-in-law Dusty put the polka dots on. So it's, you know, but he came in, and I'd been there about 6 to 8, wrestling as U.S. Steel Man, and they came up with the gimmick. And at TV, one of the TVs, they go, well, they call me in the office. Pat Patterson's there. All the people are involved with booking, and they go, think about this gimmick. We want to give you a gimmick. Sailor, and and they're explaining the whole thing to me, and called Tugboat, and I'm thinking that since I'm immature anyway, I get to be a cross between Popeye and Brutus in one character. Now it's like, oh yeah, sign me up. You know what I'm saying? Big baby face gimmick, and I'm ready for that. And the rest was history. They put me with Hulk Hogan, which I was like a nervous wreck when they did that deal, because here you got a guy that is the business at that point in time. I mean, just incredible. And then when they wanted to deal, I had just did a photo shoot in Rhode Island on tugboats, okay? And I got to see Hasbro 2-up of a tugboat figure that was going to be coming out. Oh my God, this is so after we did the photo shoot and that stuff, the following Monday going back to work, TVs were usually Monday, Tuesday, and sometimes Wednesday, and in the office again. Quake had just finished up his deal with his run with Hogan, and so they wind up taking. They go, we got this idea. We want to tag you up with Earthquake. We got a gimmick called the Natural Disasters. Typhoon, he's Earthquake, and you guys are the Natural Disasters, and Jimmy Hart will be your manager. And I'm like, wow, and Quake was such an incredible athlete and a great wrestler, amateur and professional. I'm like, but I'm thinking really in my mind as I'm there excited that like I just seen a 2-up figure that's going to get kiboshed, and I just seen also a prototype for a t-shirt doing me. Okay, the anchor and the rope and the parts, and it's gone. Bye bye. So
just
I'm like,
dollar signs out the window.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh no! I just told my mom and dad they're gonna make a doll. Oh boy, this is awesome. Big Mark. So but then I'm thinking, me and work like smaller guys. We're both pretty fast, and would be able to do a lot of the spots and stuff like a smaller guy would do. So I was excited about this, but that's how it was pitched, both of them.
Wow, that's so cool. Were you already friends with Earthquake prior
John?
to teaming?
Oh yeah, John's awesome. I got a picture somewhere. We're in the process of moving to Tennessee, with me and him on the Dumbo ride with mouse ears in Disney. Okay. Not
Two
for
monsters,
public release,
just
okay?
looking like two big children, I'm sure.
Oh my God. And he's just as immature as me.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I miss him a lot. Yeah.
So Mr. Rowe had one of your tugboat hats.
Okay.
And Derek, just so you know, the shirt that Luke's wearing, we have some of those available as well.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
I can't see. I haven't got a picture.
We'll just stand up and show him the shirt, Luke.
On there, that would be great.
No, I can't.
You make it out to you, Derek? Can we make it to you or no?
Awesome. To Derek, and then if you could write TV worn.
Oh yeah.
Luke, I had the pleasure of meeting you a couple times. Once as a little kid at the fairgrounds, like in Shelby County, Ohio.
Yeah.
And you guys were over there yelling about, we got Polaroids, we got hemorrhoids. And I'm like, Dad, what's a hemorrhoid? I want to get a Polaroid.
That was one of my sale pictures.
I should have dug it out for this weekend, but I've still got this Polaroid of me, just like probably 6 years old standing next to you guys.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Great.
That is awesome.
Luke, did you say cool. your video's not up?
No, I can't see. I've got a black screen here with a blue circle in the middle.
Hold on.
There you go, my brother.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome, brother. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for all the memories, guys. And thank you guys for putting this on, admins. You guys are the best.
Thanks, Derek.
Derek.
Thanks for coming in.
You're very welcome, brother.
Thank you.
Peace out, brother.
Who we got, Rocky?
That's right, Derek Rowe.
Tyson, Zach, Shannon, and Jeremy.
Oh, my.
Can you see us now, Luke?
Go ahead and bring in Tyson.
I can't see anybody.
Really? Let me try to get Luke back on here real quick.
Okay.
Get him
I mean, we
squared
can see
away.
him. We can see him.
I couldn't see that other guy, the last guy, only when he first came in, and then he just disappeared. Maybe I get my daughter to come back and try and get me on this end.
Do you want me? I can kick you from the studio, and you can just rejoin if you want to try that.
Can he see us, or was it just the guy?
No, he can't see anybody.
He can hear us, but he can't see us.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can bring him up. Well, I mean, we're looking at you.
Yep.
Luke.
Yeah.
Full
we
screen.
can see you full screen right now. But you're just seeing a circle.
Yep. I'm ready for my close up, Mr. DeVille.
Luke, I'm gonna kick you, and you can come right back in.
Okay.
We have Bushwhacker Cena. We can't see him.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think a
Can you see
10
me
was
now?
about to win that
Can you see me
battle.
now?
Who we got coming in? Who do you want to bring in?
Tyson.
Tyson. All right.
He's got both. He's got an 8x10 from Luke.
Yeah, we'll get him in there. It ain't no biggie. We'll get him in there. Yeah. What's up, Tyson?
Hey guys.
How's it going?
How you doing, brother?
Not too bad. How are you?
Excellent. Excellent.
This is crazy. Quick story for you. So I've never in my life won anything.
and he gave me those, and at my at our house in outside Nashville, Tennessee, where we just in the process of moving to. But that's got to be like one of the most memorable moments with him. I loved John, and just a great guy.
So what are we getting signed?
So Mark had he had a Hasbro that he had mailed in to Fred.
Yep.
And he had a plaque that he got purchased from us. Let me make sure which plaque he had.
Honey,
The Hasbro that he got in Fred,
that was the natural disasters one.
the Hasbro that he got Fred is the one that's
Yeah.
not in the protective case. It's
yeah, I see it right back there. I think Mark.
okay, yeah,
It's not in the protective case. That's the Hasbro here, I think.
correct, yes.
It says Nick signed card.
See,
Oh no, that's in the box. It should be is wrapped up. That's out of the box. It's just like that.
No.
There's none. Are you sure?
Yes, that's the
No, it's right here. The snake, it would have bit me on the butt. Oh my God. There he is. How do you want me to sign it for you, buddy?
Yeah.
Is there a particular color that you want?
If you, I'd like for you to sign them as Typhoon to Mark and Angie.
Okay. And any particular color? Do you want? We've got orange, red. We've got any color. Really, to be honest, we've got
blue.
Blue. Okay.
Yes, sir.
ANGIE.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Want to make sure. Too many hits to the head.
he also got the natural disasters plaque that come in that box.
Whoop, let me see here. Or no.
That looks good. I like the blue.
Pop. And you got
That makes it
the
really
natural
pop.
disasters plaque?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
that's what we think. I got it right here. Whoop, there you go. And you want me to sign the picture itself? Or how do you want me to sign it? Or the outside case?
Yes, sir.
Side case?
Either works.
Oh, that looks good, I think. Like that.
Oh yeah, that really
Yeah.
popped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Perfect.
Perfect.
There
Well,
you go.
Mark, thanks for coming in and hanging out with us. We appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you
Thanks,
very
Mark.
much.
It's a
brother.
pleasure, fella.
Awesome, man.
Thanks, Mark.
Nice
very
to meet you,
God bless
Fred
y'all.
and Luke.
Thank you very, very
Have a
much.
good
And
one,
thanks for
mate.
asking about it. Yeah.
Y'all have
I
a
like
good
that
one.
shirt too, Mark.
Awesome.
Like that shirt, Mark.
Awesome. Asylum.
Oh, excellent.
See you, buddy.
All right, who we got?
We got Zach, Shannon, Cotton, and Robert Rannick.
Bring in Cotton.
Look at him. There he is.
How you doing, guys?
How you doing, mate?
brother?
I'm doing great, Luke. Tugboat. I'm gonna call you Tugboat.
Hey.
That's what I know you as.
That's it, brother.
Luke, I'm on the lick list. You licked me,
Whoa!
you licked me back when I was a kid.
Did I? No wonder I'm not feeling the same.
Hey. Probably caught something.
Where was that, Colin?
San Diego Sports Arena. Probably around
San
90.
Diego. Oh, that was a great arena too.
They're knocking it down. We're
Oh,
getting the big one.
man.
We used to have a lot of fun in San Diego.
I know you did. We used to see you guys over at used to see you guys over at the square.
Yeah.
The bar across the street.
Yeah.
So my mom always used to try and run us over there so we could catch you guys as kids, and you only came once a year here, so we went every time.
Look what you did, good man. You licked them and it turned gray.
Yeah, I can see that. You got one hell of a beard there, Colin.
Thank you, bud. I appreciate it.
Very cool.
How long have you been growing that son of a bee?
January.
Wow. That's
awesome. That's fast.
I shaved it off in January and then came back since.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm a hairy dude. I got fur. I don't need it. I
You
don't need
got
to
fur
wear
everywhere, huh? Hey, you live in San Diego, but you should be living up north.
I don't like
with all that fur on your body. It's a good coat for the winter.
I'm the desert and beach. I like 3 inches of rain a year.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So what are we getting signed?
He got 2 8x10s. He got one from Luke, the one in his Hasbro form, and he got one from Fred, the 3 Faces of Fred.
This one. Yeah.
And then Fred, he got the 3 Faces of Fred.
Okay.
The 3 Faces of Fred. That's scary, mate.
And I'll let Jeremy tell you how he likes them signed.
You can just sign him to Jeremy. But Tugboat, my dad used to always say he could be your guys' third teammate because he was 6'4", 500 pounds.
Wow, big man.
And
God bless, man.
And he used to watch Earthquake, and then you came in, and he was like, "I could be the third guy. We could go after Demolition."
Oh my God, that's so.
So you guys always, when I see you guys, especially when Earthquake passed, it reminded me of my dad when he passed, because Earthquake passed right after my dad. Then seeing you guys kind of resemble each other in a way.
Yeah, it broke my heart. Broke my heart a lot, brother. He was a good man, taken too young.
And I went and when I seen that, I went and did a Google search to make sure you were still around. And I saw that you're coaching baseball or something like that.
Oh yeah, when my kids were younger, yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's sad because wrestling's definitely not the same as it used to be, because your guys' gimmicks back in the day, the Doinks, the Crush, the Typhoon, Tugboat, it's Bushwhackers, the Bulldog.
Yeah.
That was
There are, Jeremy.
Thank you, Luke.
Thank you, bro.
You're welcome. So welcome, mate.
Let me see here.
Any questions there, Jeremy?
Where's your partner at, man? We don't hear from him.
He's back in New Zealand. I don't know whether you saw us when we went in the Hall of Fame. He just had a hip put in. He had one hip he only had one hip for 4 years. He had bad staph infection. And so they didn't put one in. They had to wait for, as I said, 4 years. And he just had it put in when we went in the Hall of Fame. But now he's getting around much better.
Good. Because I know how hips are. I've had 26 hip operations.
Wow.
26?
26 hip operations.
Yeah, I was born with no hips. So.
Oh, my God.
So.
Did they put hips in?
Nope, they built them out of my own. I started surgery at 2 months and went to 7 years old.
Man.
Oh, my Lord.
He's a trooper.
I'm a Jerry's kid. I'm a Jerry's kid, muscular dystrophy.
Yeah. Do you get around okay now?
I played football, baseball. I wrestled. I did a little MMA. I have a body shop. I've worked on cars my whole life. My dad never let me stop.
That's awesome.
Very good, mate.
Got out of surgery. Got out of surgery and went and broke a bone.
Oh my God.
God.
So,
God bless you, mate.
Work on classic cars, old cars, and that too.
I work on everything. I just got a '65 Chevelle in my shop just now.
Oh, 65 Chevelle.
Just
oh my God.
Some Rolls Royces came through. Those are a pain in the asses. I rather work on old shit all day. I got a '65 Mustang coming in too.
Nice. I got a '66 in my garage.
Yeah, I'm gonna build my Bel Air. I want my '57 Bel Air back.
Nice.
That'll be.
Well, you're talking about classic cars.
Real cars.
Real cars. Classic
car.
cars, yeah. They had
These
good
cars-
chassis. Hey, they had chassis those days.
Yeah, these cars today
yeah.
are Lego cars. I mean, it blows my mind that a BMW has no weld marks. It's all glue. They literally glue the panels on.
Unbelievable.
And
unbelievable.
So
hey, it's, Jeremy, the evolution. It's the evolution of life. Everything's different.
Oh,
except Fred and me, we're still the same.
you guys look the same.
There, Jeremy.
There you go, buddy.
Awesome.
Well, Jeremy, thanks for coming by, brother.
He's got a little more white now. I'm catching up to him.
Yeah.
But I had to color my hair, my whole year. All right. I've been white since I'm about 20, 21 years old. Okay. And there was no Just for Men, Miss Clairol. And that stuff sucks. I want to tell you. Okay. And I had to dye my beard. I had to dye it is what it is, man.
There goes our sponsor.
Hey, we call it Casper. Okay, Casper.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Well, Jeremy, thanks for stopping in, brother. We
Thank you,
appreciate
guys.
it, brother.
Luke,
Oh, man. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Thanks, Jeremy. Appreciate it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Stay strong, mate. Stay
Always
strong.
strong, brother.
God bless you.
Definitely.
Whoa.
See you, brother.
Wow. Can you imagine how many?
Boy, can you imagine no hips?
Yeah.
No hips. He was born with no hips.
We got Zach, Dan, Robert, and Shannon.
Hey, tell them to put some money in the pockets. Hey, Fred, was that a bit forward? Tell them to put some money in their pockets.
Short sleeve Samson.
Yeah.
What's up, Robert?
Ooh, yeah, brother. How are you guys doing?
Whoa, good day, Robert.
Yes, baby.
You got it, mate.
How you doing, Robert? Yeah, you're looking pretty, baby. Pretty.
Thank you very much. My friends, wish this could have been done in person, but I really appreciate you guys doing this. All the guys at the asylum, thank you for putting this together. This is awesome. As soon as I saw that, I direct messaged somebody on the Instagram who runs the asylum account there, and guys worked with me the whole time here. So this is awesome. I can't wait to do this in person too.
Oh, glad to have you, man.
Thank you very much.
Great to see you, mate. And I'll give you a good licking.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Maybe,
yeah.
Here, I keep breaking.
How about that, mate? Hey, and Robert, that was free. That was free.
Why, thank you. Oh, hey. So, first question here is for old Typhoon over here.
Yes.
So, during quarantine here, so my dad and I, we were watching the old school wrestling movies. So we got Body Slam, Ready to Rumble, and No Holds Barred, and we were finally able to rewatch Hammerhead Jones here. It had been so long since we'd seen it.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. So even all these years later, that scene where they rip the cloak off you and that snake is there gets me every time. Man, what was that? What was it like shooting that?
I hated it. Let me tell you, it cured me because they put the cape on me. When you're shooting those things, they do retakes and this and different angles, and all you could do is hear the snake crawling on my skin. It was crawling all over me. It was like about 15 or 18 feet long, and the guy that plays the lead in there, Hammerhead Jones, that's one of his personal snakes. But anyway, you could feel it, and it was going up the side of my face. Got the thing on it, the hood's on me and that, like the executioner's hood and the deal, and they pull it off me, and it cured me. Not being of being afraid of snakes, but it was a weird feeling, man.
I bet. Because I remember the first time I'd seen that, I'm like, God, that kind of looked like Tugboat. And then I finally watched it again, and I'm like, oh my God, that's if I would have been putting that, it would have been like, you gotta pay me the big bucks for that one, because I don't play with that.
I was wrestling in Texas, my first territory, when they got a hold of me to do that. Yeah, I was down in Miami's where it was shot for about a week down there, and very cool.
That's awesome because I know that was like I came out about 87 or so. I didn't know how much publicity you had gotten out of that at that point, but I was like, hey, that's anything you could get at that point because wrestlers were just starting to transition into movies there. And it was like this is pretty cool.
Funny story was we're on the road at the show and Hogan goes, "Hey brother," he comes into the TV. He goes, "Tugger, I seen you on TV. I come in late, about 2 a.m, and you're in this wrestling movie." He's like, "It was awesome." I'm like, "Well, thanks, bro."
That's so awesome. Oh man. So Bushwhacker Luke, quick question for you. So I know you probably get this often, but I just as a fan growing up, I remember you being with that no good Jameson as a manager. Did you like working with that guy? Because I could not stand him. Even as a little child, I couldn't stand that guy.
No, well, Vince picked him up on Broadway. He saw him on a show on Broadway, and he says, He put Jameson with us for about 6 months, or maybe 3 months, and that he wasn't a manager. He was sort of a third person, just as an entertainment.
I think I heard a rumor that Heenan did not like him. I don't know if that's true or not, but I wouldn't blame him if that was the case.
Yeah, I don't think no. He was a different kettle of fish, coming from Broadway, an actor, and he wasn't like one of the boys. You know what I mean? But Vince liked him, so he was put there. Anything Vince liked, you went with it. Otherwise, you're going against Caesar. And if you go against him, you're on your way out.
I hear that. It's don't cross the boss. And if you'll sign the checks,
yeah, that's right, Robert.
So what are we getting signed?
We have quite a bit for Robert.
Oh boy.
So we're gonna start at the top. Let's see. First thing, Fred, he got your Shockmaster ring. The ring that you wear. And he got your. Which elite did you get, Robert?
What was that?
You got one of the elites, right?
Oh, the Shockmaster elite. Yes.
You got your Shockmaster elite.
Shockmaster elite. No. Yeah, one of these.
For Luke, he got your you said you wanted was it an extra large, a large shirt? He got one of your. Do you have a shirt in large?
One of these shirts.
Yep.
Yep, I've got them in large.
That's a good looking shirt.
It's a great shirt.
I've got one right here in large.
And I autographed a box for you too.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. That's awesome.
Large.
No problem. You need a box for that, sweetie?
Robert, do you just want this signed WWE Hall of Famer Bushwhacker Luke, or do you want your name put on it too?
You don't have to put the name on there.
I'll just put Bushwhacker Luke.
That's awesome. Yes.
Do you want me to sign this, the Shockmaster, on here, or do you want to make it out to you? It's whatever you want.
What was that again?
On this figure, on the Shockmaster figure, the Elite. Do you want it made out to you, or you just want me to sign it?
Yeah, you can make it out to Robert.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Yes. No, I appreciate it. I've been looking for that for years. I couldn't find it.
Well, they didn't sell them in the store. You know that, right? They were San Diego comic exclusives.
I tried to jump on it. I couldn't find it anywhere.
And he got an 8x10 from each of you as well. Oh, and a pin too, right, Robert? You wanted a pin from Fred?
Yeah, with the the shiny Shockmaster pin.
Okay. Let me show you this here.
Yes. Oh, that's
nice.
Beautiful.
Okay. sweetie. This. And
he got your 3 Faces of Fred 8x10.
okay, and let me see.
This
Is the spark shock the world?
Oh yeah,
Sparkly
it
one.
was quite shocking.
No doubt. And okay.
And Luke, he got one of your 8x10s as well with both Bushwhackers.
Ah.
He bought almost everything.
Yeah, that's, like I was looking forward to this for months at this point. I was like, oh my god, both of them. That's awesome.
Well, we're glad you.
With a daily double.
Make it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you can make it on. I know it's hard when you don't have a Facebook and you can only go through Instagram. We made it work.
I was worried. I'm like, oh no, this is great. I gotta find a better setup next time for the background.
Is that a wrestling curtain, by the way, behind you?
Yep, I can see LOD.
Before, like since before I was born. Where am I going? Like we got. Okay. Oh yeah, we got everybody.
Oh, that's sweet.
I love that.
You got a wrestling curtain, honey. Bedspreads they used to have.
Before I was born, it was the brothers, and then it came to me. Oh, that's great. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, dig it. Dig it. And there we go.
Yes.
There you go, sweetie.
What a haul. What a haul. Well, Robert, thanks for coming in, buddy.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you for coming in, mate.
Awesome.
Have a good day.
Awesome.
Have a good day, mate.
See you, Robert.
See you down the road. Whoa!
Thanks, Robert.
See you, buddy.
Thank you,
Thank
mate.
you very much.
Who we got?
We got Zach, Shannon, Robert, Dan, and Robert was just in there. Sorry, and Stanley.
Dan. It's fine. Which Dan?
Our Dan, the champ. Boom.
Hey.
Hey.
There he is.
Oh, there it is. Oh, the helmet. He had to put the helmet on. Oh, yeah. Hey, Fred. Hey, Luke.
Good thing he's
How you doing, Dan?
Pretty good. Hey, Fred.
You're looking bloody lovely, mate.
Thank you very much. So are you.
Hey. Yeah, but that cologne smells like sardines, mate.
Actually, I'm on the coast in Washington, so yeah, you could say that.
Oh,
so,
you're in Washington, honey.
On the coast.
Well, kind of. I'm from the coast. I'm like a few hours away. I'm in the so. Me and Fred have had a few interactions the last few months on bidding on figures during auctions.
Yes.
I have a few. We both went back and forth. I have a few of the ones back here that you wanted, and I've outbid you, and you've outbid me. So
awesome, brother. Good to put the name and face brother.
I have the 3 faces of. I have your 3 faces all autographed up there from you.
Sweet.
So yeah, this is exciting.
Awesome.
And Luke, I always loved the Bushwhackers, so I was so glad when they got both of you. So.
Did you ever watch the Sheep Herders?
Yeah, you guys were mean, man. I love it, man. You guys were mean.
Yeah.
I wish Vince would have let you do that in WWE. It would have been a lot more fun.
They would have stole the show.
You in Washington D.C. or the Northwest?
The Northwest.
Yeah. I used to work in what part of the Northwest?
I'm from Aberdeen. So about 2.5 hours from Seattle. You were in Portland.
Yeah, I lived in Portland.
Yeah, I saw you a few times live when I was a little kid.
Yeah, when we were there when St. Helens blew.
Yeah, I was 6 when that happened.
Yeah. I used to work Tacoma, Seattle. Every week.
We went and saw you in Portland. I think when I was like 7, we were down there and you were wrestling. It was just great. I was so glad to see you guys. I just wish they would have let you do the Sheep Herders gimmick more.
Yeah, Vince didn't want us. I suggested that but you don't suggest. Vince told you what he wants. You don't.
Yeah.
When you just suggest things, he goes the opposite straight away.
Yeah. So he wants you to go from being a badass to being like handing out lollipops type of guy. Is basically what you went from.
Hey, that's what happened. A lot of people said to us. Well, a lot of people didn't. When they saw us on televisions, they said that can't be the sheep herders. They wouldn't do stuff like that. But we knew that we were going to make some money as baby faces, good guys. So we went with the flow.
Yeah. The best thing would have been like halfway through your thing if you guys would have turned and then just like beat the crap out of like Hacksaw or somebody and just went to the cheaper. That would have been a good turn.
I suggested it, but if he didn't come up with the idea, it doesn't happen.
Yeah. And Fred, Fred just went from everything. I loved you with Quake with John.
Oh,
I have some signed things from John too in my collection.
Oh, that's awesome. He's from Vancouver, up north of you.
Yeah. I met one of his family members, and they sent me an autograph 8x10 with verification and picture with him and everything, and it's in my autograph collection, not going nowhere.
I wonder if it was one of or something, like Johnny or something like that.
I can't remember what his name was, but he sent me picture proof and everything when I got it, and it was really nice. It's him in his earthquake in the tights up the natural disasters, and he has this big old smile.
Oh, man. Yeah. You know who lives above him is Nick. What's his name? His dad used to be world champion back in the day. Cut and everything.
Kininsky.
He lives up in Blaine, Washington.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right
Blaine,
on the border.
Yeah, that's right at the border. Yeah.
He's got a bar.
I know.
Nick. Yeah.
I'm going to have to go check that out. That's only like 4 hours from me. I'm going to have to go.
Good guy, too. Yeah. Nick Kininsky. Wrestled amateur, wrestled pro. And Kelly wrestled up in Dallas. And his dad was world champion.
Nice.
I was there, worked against them, mate. I worked against them, Fred.
Oh my God.
I worked against Stu Hart too.
Oh my God.
The old man.
Yeah, you big bastard there.
Yeah, all those. Hey.
So Dan, you had what size shirt did you want from Luke?
Extra large is fine. It's going in a frame and up on the wall. So.
And then Fred, he had an Earthquake Elite.
Earthquake Elite.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I needed it signed by yours, to add to the collection. So I figured if you could sign it, the three faces of Fred, and then your name would be great.
Okay. No problem. He is.
My favorite moment of Earthquakes when he crushed Hogan. I know everybody as a kid was crying.
I wasn't.
I liked it.
I was like, is he done?
I cried.
I was like, do it again. Do it again.
Do it again. Hit him again, please. Someone.
And am I the only one that loved John as Golga? Am I like the only one that loved that gimmick?
I like Golga.
Hey, with his cartman ball.
Hey, Dan, I can tell you about getting crushed by Fred too in the corner. It felt like you know a cheese cutter where you got the cords. It felt like I went into three pieces, hit me in the corner, and my body came out the other side in three pieces.
We're talking about.
Oh man, this is great! I love this.
Fred's heard me say that so many times, right, Fred?
Oh my God! Well, I got that classic picture, Ted DiBiase, IRS, and IRS has got his face to the side with his tongue hanging, and we gave him the double shabada in the corner there, squashed him. I figured a big Turdsky came out the back. And was pushed in the corner.
Oh man, I would just have hated back then. And just like if you and John were in a bad mood, I would have hated to have to go to the ring against you guys.
Oh my God.
Oh, just if someone just made you mad, I could just see you just slapping someone around to get even. Oh man.
So you just wanted this, the three faces of Fred, right? Correct?
Yeah, then your signature, that'd be great. Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, this is great. And thank you guys again, David Gold, Nick, and Rocky. I mean, hey, loving it. Nick, oh God, loving it.
Well, I appreciate you, man. You're a big part of it as well.
Thank you, Fred.
Oh man, you're very welcome, brother. And
I know we'll be going back and forth. Oh, we have. Oh, yeah.
Excellent. Very cool. Very cool. Love you, man.
And it's cool to see you interact. It's nice to see you as a collector too, you know?
Oh, I love a fan. Then I became a wrestler, and I'm still a fan. I watched Japan, from Germany, UK. I mean, just all over. And watch the current stuff and look at the different guys and stuff. And I feel really sorry for them right now, trying to wrestle with people in front of them. Just like baseball, football, soccer, everything else. But it's so good. I like good entertainment and very good. A lot of good talent out there. A lot of good talent.
Thank you, Fred. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll be here all day this week.
Well, thanks, Dan. We appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Dan.
Great. Love all you guys. Asylum. Woo!
See you, brother.
Thank you, mate.
See you, brother. What you got, Rocky?
We got Zach, Shannon, and Stanley, and Jared.
Jared is next.
Okay. Jeremy is back. He's hopefully he got
coming after Jared. Yeah.
Okay.
Bring him in after Jared.
All right. What's up, Jared?
Hey guys.
Double J.
Hey, what's up?
Double J. Whoa, g'day, Jared. How the bloody hell are you, mate?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Hey, you're looking great anyhow, mate.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. How you guys doing?
Very good.
Well, better since we've seen you, mate.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to hear. Luke, I saw you in at the first live event I ever went to. You guys wrestled. I think it was Marty Jannetty and Ray Cassidy at Joe Louis Arena at a house show. It was one of the house shows that Ultimate Warrior stood up when he came back in like '96 in Detroit.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of all three faces. So especially the Shockmaster. I've watched that video so many times. So I was
when you're having a bad day, watch the Shockmaster. You'll have a better day at my expense.
Something like that. I watched a video. It was like I'd seen it before, but I watched it again. It was like one of those Legends roundtables, and Dusty was talking about it. He was talking about Cody was at home, and when you fell, he was like, "I think that's Uncle Fred." And so he was. I always love that story, and of course, Dusty.
Here you go.
You can tell it. Oh, that's so awesome.
It's just excellent. I just
oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah, excellent. Whoa!
That's a good thing Fred's sitting down.
Fred, you do a pretty good Oldie impression. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, what was that?
Ollie's going to talk for me. They couldn't microphone that thing, so.
Yes, I am shocked.
and he starts laughing right at the start. You can hear him laugh a couple times. So,
whoa! And then the Davy boy, he fell on his arse.
Oh yeah, you can. It's just one of those perfect moments. It ended up being one of those perfect moments in the end of like that. Something is just so rewatchable. So,
yeah.
The look on Sid's face of amazement.
I got to give you credit though, because you stood right back up, put that helmet back on, and were ready to go. So
yeah, it's live. There was no other choice. Sit there and go.
Wasn't Sting about to lose it? I think Sting was sitting there about ready to lose it.
I have none other than the Shock Master.
You come busting through the wall, and then it kind of pans back this thing, and he's just kind of going.
Oh, it's horrible. Harlem Heat.
Oh yeah.
So in that interview that I was watching today, Dusty claimed that was David Crockett did that on purpose to sabotage it. Is there any truth to that?
Not that I know of. I did a good job, my boys.
David was the only one in the Crockett's that was humor.
That's
right, Fred.
Well,
yeah, that's the only one.
Yeah.
So what are we getting signed, Jared?
Jared had Fred's pre-production Shockmaster, and he had Luke's 8x10 with both the Bushwhackers in it.
Can I have one of the classic Shockmaster?
Yeah, that looks great.
Oh, thank you.
And Fred, if you just sign it, and then Luke, if you sign it to Jared, J-A-R-E. And that's awesome, Fred. And Luke, I wanted to ask you, what one of my favorite things when I was a kid, I loved the show Family Matters, and I loved you guys as the Psycho Twins. That is like one of my favorite episodes, that when they were the Psycho Twins, and that was
I enjoyed that.
I used to love that show when I was a kid, and when I saw you guys on there, I watched that back not too long ago because I watch it back every once in a while.
They keep playing it. Well, they played it right up till, I haven't seen it this year, but they were playing it all the time in replays.
No, it's one of the best. It's one of the best episodes, if not the best one.
Yeah, they were great guys too. We had a lot of fun with them.
There you go, Jared.
Yeah.
That was awesome, Fred.
There you go, baby.
I love collecting odd, unique stuff, and that was like when I saw those were available, I was like, that's all I'm all over that. So
when I signed my first deal, the Legends deal, that they Mattel sent me 4 cases, and they had this. No, they were prototype. You know what I'm saying? Like they would send out to different people to promote, and I would love these. All of them were stamped, and they sent them directly to me. So it's pretty cool. All my family has them, you know, the kids and grandkids. Yeah, but very cool pieces. Yeah.
Hey, on that note, actually, I heard you say earlier that you were looking. You went to Hasbro and you saw the tugboat 2-up.
Yes.
Did you ever try and get your hands on that? I know that Zack Ryder has it now, but did you ever try and?
Guy from Canada. He must have bought. I heard a guy from Canada originally from somebody there. I mean, I have a copy of the blueprint with all the maker's marks and stuff on them and everything. And plus, I have a buddy, it's a big toy guy, that he's collected a bunch. I mean, a bunch of those. But got it now. I just washed it away because I figured there'd be no way to get a hold of it.
Yeah.
Sold for an unbelievable amount of money up in Canada.
I know they're crazy expensive, something like that. So, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was perfect.
Yeah. Well, Jared, thanks for stopping by, brother.
Thanks, Jared. Thank you, brother.
Good to see. Good to see you, mate.
Thank you, guys.
Take it easy. Stay cool.
Thanks, Jared.
Thank you.
Jared.
See you later.
You got Jeremy Chris still?
Yeah, he's in here.
All right, go ahead and bring him back in.
Can you hear us, buddy?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I think my mom messed it up. She called whenever I was on the line, so I think she might have messed it up.
Yeah, that can throw a monkey wrench in things.
Y'all look good to be as old as y'all are.
Hey, easy.
Hey, Jeremy, you're looking good too for being an old bastard.
Hey, I feel old. I'm telling you.
No, you're a chicken, mate.
I wish I was. I've had six heart attacks, and I'm 43 years old.
Oh, God
bless. My God. God bless you. Hey, you're still above ground, mate.
Oh yeah. That's a good thing.
And we're
gotta live every day gotta live every day like it's a Friday, and every night like it's a Saturday night, and just have fun.
How do you feel, mate?
I feel great.
Oh, that's good.
I was addicted to painkillers for 22 years, and next month will be 3 years I've been clean off of them, and I got my life back together, and now it's all wrestling. Now is all I do.
That's awesome,
That's
man.
great, mate. Great.
Yeah.
So what are we getting signed for you, Jeremy?
The 8x10.
Elite.
Yeah.
He got an Earthquake Elite from Fred. And then which Luke 8x10 did you want, Jeremy? Did you want the Hasbro one or the one with the Bushwhackers?
The Bushwhackers, the glossy one.
Now, do you want me to sign it? Do you want me to sign this Earthquake one or what?
Yes.
I have him right here.
Yeah. Just sign your name. Just sign your name on that.
Uh-huh.
And then Luke, just put 2 Jeremy on my picture.
This one?
Yeah, put 2 Jeremy.
Yeah, I will, mate.
Thank you.
No, I'm gonna put to Bill. How about that?
Do you want to sign this, Jeremy, or we make it out to you?
Just sign it.
Okay. Do you want me to put Earthquake's name on there also?
That'll be fine.
Okay.
I'd like to wrestle both of y'all. I think I'd win.
I think they're ignoring him on that one.
No, mate. Yeah.
The wrestling days are done.
How heavy are you, mate?
I think I'll wrestle the Shockmaster. I don't want to see Typhoon in the ring.
You gotta watch. Hey, you gotta watch out around, and you get caught between my butt cheeks, and they can't get you out. You know what I'm saying? The back cave. I don't know. Here you go, buddy. Right here.
Man.
I appreciate it.
Oh, you're very, very welcome, honey.
Yeah, I just drove 13 hours today.
Wow.
Where from?
To get all this.
Oh, wow.
Man,
wow.
You did get a haul.
That's nice.
You're a heck of a collector, buddy.
Are the cops coming behind you, or is that?
Used to, I'd say yeah, but now, no.
There you are, Jeremy.
I appreciate it.
Well, Jeremy, thanks for stopping by, brother.
Where you live, buddy?
Well, I appreciate it. Do what
Where
now?
you live at? Where you live
I live
at?
in Marion, North Carolina.
Marion, North Carolina?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's boring as hell here.
Oh, man, but it's beautiful.
I lived in Charlotte for years, too.
Hey, there was a lot to do down there.
In Charlotte, yeah. Well, we were on the road all the time, but it was a good city.
Oh, yeah. I can't complain about Marion. I mean, it's small and nothing happens here, thank God.
That's
it's
awesome,
quiet now.
It's pretty there.
That's good, mate.
Well, Jeremy, take care, and we will see you again, hopefully.
Take care of yourself,
Jeremy.
brother.
Yeah, thank y'all. Y'all have a good evening.
You
See
too,
you,
buddy.
Jeremy.
Thank you,
Whoa!
Jeremy.
Bye.
Who we got?
We got Shannon, Stanley, Jackson, and Sean.
Hey, Rocky,
Shannon, it's fine.
Okay. What's up, Luke? What's up?
I've got one. You sent me 2 sets of the figurines. One of them is to someone. It's got a name to. What about the other one? There's no name on it.
They're for Sean. He said you can just sign them. Just sign your name. It doesn't need to be personalized.
On both of them.
Yes, sir. Yep. He's not going to be able to make it on live right now.
Okay. Thank you.
We'll take care of the people that can't make it. We'll take care of them towards the end.
Okay.
Super.
So here comes Shannon. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how y'all doing?
We're doing
How you
good.
doing,
Whoa,
Shannon?
g'day, Shannon. How the hell are you, mate?
I'm doing great. Cheers
Awesome.
from
If
you.
I was there, mate, I'd give you a good head licking. How about
Oh.
that?
Give me one. Virtual. Give me one.
Hey, you taste like. Hey, Shannon, you taste like bloody sardines. And you know what that's and you know what that smells like, mate.
Been eating them for a week.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, David and Nick. I joined Asylum a couple of weeks ago. I'm loving it, man.
Great. Glad you're loving it, man.
Yeah.
Glad to have you.
Now I'm here with two living legends, man. This is awesome.
And we got plenty more coming.
Oh, and Rocky over there.
What's up, man?
Well, hey guys, I really don't have any questions, but I do love road stories, man. If you got any like road stories of crazy stuff that happened on the road, I'd love to hear it.
Okay. Yeah. South Carolina. This is going back in the early 80s. Roddy Piper, Butch and me driving back home. And in the south, coming back to Charlotte, North Carolina. And some of those towns, you're on the highways, 55, and then you come to these small towns, which you go through in about 30 seconds. They're so small. But coming into those towns, it comes from 35, 25, 15, and then you go through the town, and then it's 25, 35, 50. So we go out of one of those towns, and we're about maybe 20 miles out, and we get pulled over. A cop had messaged another one. He'd been sitting behind a building in the town, and I guess he messaged another cop, and they pulled us over. So he put one of us in his car, and the other three had to follow. There's Butch, me, and Piper. So we put maybe Roddy Piper in his car, and we had to follow him back to the courthouse. When we got to the courthouse, the judge lived in a house next door, and he put a dressing robe on and slippers and come over to the courthouse. And he got behind the desk, sitting down, and I think he fined us $250, for speeding through that town. We must have gone through it, zoom. Anyhow, $250. So we scraped up that money and paid them. If you don't scrape up the money, they take your license off you and your actual whole license. And if you get caught with no license in Carolina, you get put in jail, overnight. So we pay the fee, and we come out, and Roddy, and he's sitting at a table like I am, 4 feet to his left, there's a big window. Roddy Piper and Butch pull out their John Thomases and start washing the window, pissing against the window. Now, if he turned around like that, it was only 4 feet away, he would have seen the piss coming up at the window and seen the two heads because they were washing the window. And that I was freaking out because I thought, here we go, we're going to get locked up here. Anyhow, they got away with it, hopped in the car, and away we went.
Oh, that's awesome. Great story.
Oh I got a lot of stories in Northwest with Buddy Rose and Roddy and that, but anyhow, Fred, tell them the story.
Well, I was riding with my brother-in-law, and we were we had a shot in Erie, Pennsylvania in a hockey arena. So we're running a little bit late. Second match, I think. And with the tugboat gimmick, first time getting up there. And so we get to the building, drive down the basement. I'm down there. We get down there, and I'm thinking I got to get my gear on, all that stuff, and then I got to get shaved. Well, right where I'm washing up, shaved, change clothes, Andre is playing. He loved to play cards. Luke can tell you that. And I love playing cribbage. And so he's there with another legend, Arnold Skolin, who was one of the legends. And they're playing cards, and playing there and everything. And I'm finished getting my gear on, go sink, lather my face up so I can trim around my beard so I can get ready to go in the ring. And I'm getting up on my neck toward the bottom underneath of my beard, and Andre is sitting in a steel chair, a steel folding chair. And he lets a fart. Sounded like a lion. I jump about 3 feet, as high as the sink was, my feet were. Up in the air, and he goes, oh, what the matter, boss? I said, you scare a little fart. and that, and Luke, he loved like that. Even strangers, like on the plane, and he was funny. I loved Andre.
Yeah, a lot of Andre's stories and that. You know, if he you got a little child, a little girl there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
My name's Harper.
What's your name, baby?
What?
What's your name?
Harper.
What's your name?
Harper.
Hi, Harper. How are you
Harper,
doing?
how are you, sweetie?
Good.
Good on you. Is your papa looking after you?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're doing okay.
You love your papa. That's good.
So Shannon, what are we getting signed?
He got one of each 8x10. He got both of the Bushwhackers from Luke, and then he got the Three Faces of Fred from Fred.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. You got it, Luke.
How would you like him signed, Shannon?
You can just make them out to Shannon, and then in inscription if you want. That'd be great, both of you.
Is this the music moment where we need the music playing in the background?
We need something.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do, 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 do.
And then, like,
Yeah.
bringing the
Jeopardy
cat for you to see, so.
Like Pee Wee Herman. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Tequila.
Tequila.
Shannon,
There you
everything
go.
about everything about the giant was a giant.
I
You know what I mean?
bet, man.
When he did that on the plane, he's always up first class. He would walk down to the back of the plane, and you'd hear, and then when he's coming back, everybody was like this on the plane. You know.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about the seaters, the 130, 140 seater planes. What are they? What are they, Fred? What? Yeah. You know, they had to pull the curtains across on bigger trips. On bigger trips at the back, they had to pull the curtains across and have a bucket for him to pee in, or to if he had to go for number two. They had a bucket there with the curtain
cover him with into a bucket.
Go into the bloody toilets.
Oh, it couldn't fit in there. But can you imagine the their rodeo ring.
Oh yeah.
And that's where, yeah. Matter of fact, Ivan Putski come in and worked some shots there, you know, and then the Guerreros were there and everything, you know. It was a cool territory. I loved it.
That's awesome. Did you guys ever get to work with like the Von Erichs or like Michael P.S. Hayes or anybody like that?
Yeah, I did.
I didn't get it. He did, not me. I didn't get a chance to work with them. Yes.
I remember one of my first shows that I went to when I was a little boy was years ago. It was at the Coliseum here in Houston. And we were way in the nosebleeds and we had to use binoculars.
Oh, my God.
The guys looked this small.
Oh, my God.
And as the first time I saw, like, I think it was like Michael P.S. Hayes with Missy Hyatt. And he was facing like, I forgot which one of the Von Erichs. But it was awesome. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I worked in two arenas in Houston. This for UWF.
Oh, okay. So true story for Luke, me and my brother years ago, when we were kids, we pretended that we were the Bushwhackers. And back then, we didn't have replicas that we could buy online. So what we did is we made paper tag team titles out of notebook paper, drew on them, colored them, glue them and stapled them together, and we wore them in our rooms pretending we were the Bushwhackers.
That's awesome.
Hey, thank you, mate.
That is cool. That is very cool.
There were no replicas when I was a kid. I'm only 42, but when I was like 8 or 9, there were no replicas. So we cut our own belts out and made our own belts.
Oh, my God.
There you go. Stanley got an 8x10 from both of you. Luke, he got your one with both the Bushwhackers. And Fred, he got the Three Faces of Fred.
Okay.
Yeah, one.
And Stanley, you want me to make this out to you?
How would you like them signed?
Sure. However you guys feel, however you want to do it, guys.
All right.
Stanley, there was a promoter there
yes, sir.
in Houston in the early 80s called Paul Bosch. He was there from the 60s to the early 80s.
Oh,
he was known as the best payoff man in the United States. and that.
Wow.
And no, he was great. He brought all people in from around different territories. He just ran Houston once a month or once every 2 weeks. And I used to come in there for him. And then he went with Bill Watts, the Mid-South, and the whole Mid-South crew used to come in there. And that.
Yes, sir.
And I worked
that's awesome,
with
Fred. That's awesome.
I worked with the Guerreros many times in Houston. The Guerreros.
Wow. So
awesome.
Yes, sir. So how many heads do you think you licked over your career, Luke?
One, two.
Oh my God!
I hope you're talking about the right kind of head. I always put my hand over. When I grab them, I go like that. I lick the back of my hand. But Butch licked them right on the head.
I think I
when
think
me
there's
and my brother were
a rumor
small,
going around. I think there's a rumor going around that the COVID thing was spread by the Bushwhackers way back when, and it's just now catching up.
Yeah.
You mean the Chinese disease? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sideways disease.
Sideways. Yes. Oh my God.
So one last question: if you guys could work with anybody who is working today, who would y'all like to work with?
Oh God. What's the boy from? Oh God, the guy that's from England right now. My memory's shot. Huh?
The Emporium?
Yeah, Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre.
Probably Drew McIntyre. Yeah, he trains actually the gym I train at here. Great guy, unbelievable talent. But I'm glad they let him go. They brought him back, giving him the push, and he's good on the stick. He's a big, mean, menacing-looking son of a gun, and I think it would be great to work with him. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That would be awesome. Yeah, he's got a tough persona now.
Oh, he looks the part, talks the part, and my wife though, she's who's your best favorite, honey? Randy Orton fan. And Randy, hell of a heel.
The old legend killer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or Big Show the other night.
Incredible, like his dad. His
Like
dad
his dad.
was one of the best too. Yeah.
Bob,
unbelievable.
Cowboy Bob Orton.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. Oh,
yeah,
unbelievable. He's a general, a ring general. Like I
Yeah.
said,
yes, sir.
like Luke and Butch, ring generals.
He's still, he's still working because I've worked with him too on shows at the end of last year. Bob Orton, Cowboy Bob. I didn't work against him, but I worked in a place. It was on the card. He was on the card many times. I see him.
Amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Stanley, thanks for coming in, brother.
Yeah, thank you, Stanley. We appreciate you.
Oh,
Thanks,
Stanley,
Fred.
thank you very, very
Thanks,
much,
Luke.
man. Thank you
Thank
very,
you,
very
mate.
much, brother.
Thanks for
Thanks,
signing.
Stanley.
I will see you in Houston.
Yes, sir.
Whoa!
All right.
All right.
Who we got, Rocky?
We got Rick, we got Danielle, we got Philip, and Dan.
Dan.
There he is. You there? What's up, D?
Dan, how are you? Dan the man, how are you, mate?
How you doing, brother?
Good.
Whoa!
Hopefully this goes a little better than the nasty internet was acting up. Am I coming through?
You need to find your sweet spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you, buddy.
Goodness gracious, you think for the cable company I'd have better internet?
Yeah, it can be tough.
Dan, where are you? Where are you situated or located? What city?
Oh, you've got a.
You there?
Dan, can you hear me, Dan?
I can't hear. I'm gonna leave.
He always has tough. Usually he's sitting on the porch whenever he does these things.
Yeah.
All right, we got Rick, Danielle, Philip, and Tyler.
Tyler.
All right. What's up, Tyler?
Hey, Tyler.
He's muted.
Whoa, g'day, Tyler.
Tyler, if you can hear us, unmute your connection there. See the little microphone?
Should be able to see him.
Okay.
Tyler, we can't hear you. Unmute yourself.
Should be a button there by your face. You should be unmuted.
You're not able to unmute people, Rocky?
No, not when they do it on their end.
No, there
you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Awesome.
Can you hear us, Tyler?
Leave it right there. Hold on. I'm going to take him in and bring him right back out.
Okay.
How about now? You hear us?
He's muted again.
No, it's muted again.
Dang.
I think it's his web browser that does that because it's done it to me on my computer.
The joys
How
of
about last night?
virtual.
Yeah.
We don't hear you.
Tyler.
Turn your speakers up.
Hey, Fred.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that might work.
2 syllables.
I wonder, is he approving it before he comes on? Don't you got to approve the video and the mic or whatever or something?
Well, like on Google Chrome, mine will sometimes sit there and it'll just randomly mute me,
Right.
randomly mute me, randomly
Yeah.
mute
That's
me.
what mine did a couple times in the beginning. It was muting.
You got to get that mic unmuted for us. There you go. Now try. Now talk. No.
Hold on.
Nope.
No.
Plug in your earphones if you got earphones. That might help.
No, he's clear now.
He's got his earbuds.
I know.
That might help.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And do you have Anthony backstage as well, Rocky?
I do not.
Okay.
Jackson, Philip, Danielle, and Rick. Now you got to unmute yourself again.
Yep.
He'll get it.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
That's it.
Almost.
Almost there.
Almost.
That's the new sign when you're muted now.
Yeah, unmute yourself again, Tyler.
Unmute.
I don't know.
The
But
microphone.
We'll have to learn sign language.
Well, we got the private chat here that he can use if he needs to.
He can type if he wants, but there you go. Now talk.
No,
yeah, he's got no sound.
No sound.
No sound.
Maybe we'll try to bring him back in a little while with a different browser or something. I'll pee in and then.
I got an idea. Hold on a second. Tell him to leave. I got an idea.
I'm going to kick you. We'll bring you right back. I kicked
I'm going
him.
to do this and see if it works.
All right, let's bring in someone else real
Not
quick.
yet.
Not yet. Try it.
Talk to me, Tyler. Yeah, I'm still not getting audio. I have him on video. I'm just trying to see if I can hear him.
Yeah.
Dan's back.
We'll get him in a little bit. I sent him a PM and told him to try a different browser maybe or something. If he's using Chrome.
I'm going to bring Dan back in since we had him in before.
Get in here, Dan.
He's on the porch.
I swear, every time I come up, my Wi-Fi goes to crap, and all you guys just
I know the feeling.
I think that's your sweet spot. That's your sweet spot.
I've been watching this since you guys started, and it gets up to be my turn, and then it starts going shivers.
It's okay. Don't feel like the Lone Ranger because it's the same.
How you guys doing?
It's a shockbuster moment. Don't worry about it. We all have one.
Right?
Hey, sing you, Dan. We're all doing good.
We're doing good.
Good deal.
And they told us, Rocky said, if he comes out to the front porch, he have good reception. And here you are, front porch.
Well, yeah, that's when it started acting up. That's why I went inside to get closer to the router. But FML, what can you do? So, how you guys doing with all this going on?
Excellent, man. Very, very good.
Good to
Very,
hear.
very,
Good to hear.
Yeah.
I hear from you a lot, Fred. You're my Facebook friend, so I see a lot what you're doing in life. But what are you up to now, Luke?
Not too much, mate. Not too much. I've been doing a few of these virtual cons and that, trying to keep myself busy while this pandemic is going on. It slowed down. I was on the road doing comic conventions and wrestling conventions, and I was in the ring. So I'm still in the ring, and that's what I was doing till this situation happened.
Yeah, it really threw a wrench into the entertainment.
Yeah, it certainly did.
That's for sure.
Certainly did, mate.
I remember one Christmas I wanted your Hasbros, Luke. My brother got them, and I got the Rockers. Let's just say by New Year's Eve, I had your figures too. I love you guys. Have you ever done that in your life?
Yeah. Whoa, yeah.
That's awesome.
What city? Hey,
Uncle
Dan,
Fred,
what city you in?
I'm in Appleton, Wisconsin, by Green Bay.
Oh, nice.
Right up by Green Bay.
That makes me want some cheese right now.
You're a cheesehead.
Yep.
Oh.
Big land
Hey.
in the Crusher and Cruiser. My dad.
I'd take a bite out of you and then give you a good licking. I guess you taste like cheese.
I'm starting to question Luke a little bit here. He wants to lick everyone.
Hey, that's my gimmick.
Late lunch.
Hey, mate. Hey, David. That's what people remember me by. They don't remember the wrestling match. They remember the two marching morons.
You're the sheep herders. You're more than that, okay?
The sheep herders.
Hardcore fans remember a lot more than that. Trust me.
I know.
Well, as a kid, I grew up on the Bushwhackers, but looking back into it now, I didn't realize how crazy IMOppers you guys were. Looking back at some of those old matches with the sheep herders.
Yeah, you've got to watch the one 1986 out of the Superdome, the Crockett Cup, 1986. Against the Fantastics.
Okay. I have to check that one.
That's the hell. That was a 5-star match. They gave us 5 stars for it.
Yeah, you guys were had a lot more hair back then.
Yeah, Dan, do yourself a favor and watch some sheep herder matches, man.
I've seen
unbelievable stuff.
And for Fred, I know this has been mentioned already tonight because I've been watching. But yeah,
Yes.
I just love Dusty telling the story about you as the Shockmaster with Cody sitting there, his little boy. I didn't realize you guys were brothers-in-laws till I
That's
saw
my
that interview.
bro. Hey, and Sags of the Nasty Boys, my other brother-in-law.
Oh, really?
I just talked to him a couple days ago.
And and Cody and Doug nephew. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Fred,
Before I
Dan
cut out again here.
Dan actually sent you a package that had 2 figures in it, I believe.
You have 2 figures, honey?
Yep, I sent you a Shockmaster Elite and Typhoon Elite, both in
Dan,
vendors.
here it is. Dan Bernhardt. These 2 here.
Or
Typhoon and the Shockmaster.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
if you could sign both of them to Dan.
Sure.
The
Sure.
Shockmaster in blue with the Clash of the Champions inscription that you usually do.
Okay.
And then maybe Typhoon in red.
What now with the Typhoon?
Oh, Typhoon in red to Dan.
In red? Oh,
In red,
oh.
yep.
Hold on
You
one
don't
second.
have red?
No, I got it. Hold on. We have a technical difficulty. Hold on.
Fred goes red over anything.
Tyler said he's going to try rebooting his phone and see what happens, Rocky, and we'll get him back in when he's ready.
Okay. Tyler? Or I thought his name was
No, his name was Tyler.
Was it Tyler?
Yeah.
Oh, and Rocky, I don't know if you saw my comment, but our Dan, we have an our Dan and I'm the other Dan. Is that how it goes?
I was thinking that when he said
I saw that.
There's a lot of Dans, by the way.
There it is in
That
red.
was awesome, Fred.
Oh, no problem.
Yep, and if you could do Shockmaster in the blue with the Clash of the Champions.
Okay. Do you want me to make it to you too, or just put the Shockmaster? Okay.
Not going anywhere.
What else did you want on it, Dan?
Oh, the Clash of the Champions inscription that he normally puts on it.
Okay.
Well, I wanted to take time out, too, to thank you guys for taking part to be with a bunch of wrestling nerds tonight. Thanks to the guys here, these 3 men up top, and Archie and everybody else for putting it together. These are awesome.
Happy to do it.
See, now we're just the 3 up top, Rocky. You
Yeah.
messed it up. 'Cause you said you didn't call him the Dan, so now we're the 3 up top.
Oh, man.
Oh.
We're never going to live it down, are we?
All right, Dan. Here we go. Just these two figures, correct?
Yep.
Awesome.
Those are it. Thank you, Brian.
You're welcome, brother.
And thanks for the chat, Luke, as well. Good night, guys from Wisconsin.
Thanks,
Dan.
Dan.
Thanks
for the
Okay, Cheese Man.
Thanks to the other Dan.
Yeah.
Who we got?
Hey, guys, push the shirt, will ya?
Sure.
Absolutely.
How many you got
Yeah,
left?
push the shirts.
How many do we
got?
got?
9 shirts.
I got plenty.
All right. We got Jackson, Phil, Danielle, and Rick. And then Tyler.
Danielle.
Tyler just showed up.
You can bring Danielle in, and then we'll do Tyler.
Okay. Hi, Danielle. How are you?
Hi, Danielle.
Hey guys.
Hey, you, Daniel.
Hi. Hi. So I'm actually here for Luke.
Oh, there you go.
My husband's working, and he blew my. And my husband's working, and he blew my phone up that I had to get on and talk to you and tell you hi and get your autograph for him.
Awesome.
You're his favorite.
You're welcome. And I've got
Yeah.
Daniel, and I've got these shirts too. I've got these shirts.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Very cool.
Pro wrestling
I'm having a
tees.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Yeah,
Can you guys
I
hear me?
fine.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm just having a
Certainly
little bit.
can.
It sounds like a delay, but no. But his favorite wrestlers were the Bushwhackers, and his dad's deaf, so his dad loved watching you guys so much because he could actually feel it, and he said you guys were his favorite. So you're a big
God
deal
bless
in our
him.
house. So
Very
Thank you very much.
yes, so him and all of his deaf buddies used to get together and watch you guys because they could feel it and they do all the stuff. So they love you and they appreciate you.
I appreciate them too.
Yeah.
That's very
But my
cool.
God bless them.
But my poor husband stuck working. So I promised him I'd get on here for him. So
You're
if you
an
could
awesome
say hi
wife.
to Rob,
Hey.
he'll see this eventually. But
You cracked the whip and sent him out to work, huh?
well, yes, sure did. Yeah, he left me with the 3 girls. We're even. That's why I'm hiding. Been a long quarantine.
She
But no,
wants the
that
one.
just had to get on here.
She wants the
Yeah.
one with the Bushwhackers, Luke. The 2 with both of you on it.
And who do I sign it to, Danielle? Danielle.
To Rob.
To Rob.
Rob. Yeah.
Okay then.
Rob. Yep.
R-O-C, Rob or Rock?
Rob. R-O-B.
Okay.
Rob. R-O-B. Hi,
This is
Tugboat.
that. How are you doing? Are you going crazy yet from quarantine?
I'm good. It's exciting for me to meet you too.
Well, thank you very much.
I absolutely
Pleasure.
am. I have 3 daughters, so I'm
What are
over
they?
it.
How old are they?
Mm.
How old's your daughters?
But thanks again, guys, for doing this. Oh God, they're 15, 9, and 5. 15,
Well,
or I'm sorry, 16, 9,
Oh,
and 5.
nice. Yep. Me and my wife have 6 children.
Can you guys hear me?
12 grandchildren and 5 great-grandchildren.
Oh, wow. That's a big family.
Hey, the TV was working,
Wow.
okay? It's not my fault.
That's great. Well, I know a lot of people are waiting, but I just had to get on here to talk to Luke. So thanks so much,
Thank
guys.
you very much.
Thanks, Danielle.
Thanks, Danielle.
Thank you, darling.
Thanks again. All right, guys. Bye.
Bye. Have a great
Bye.
night.
Hey, real quick, Luke, the gentleman that was on earlier, Mark Brew.
Yeah.
He just got one of your both of your Bushwhacker 8x10s as well. So if you can sign that to let me see. He told me how he wanted it.
This one, right?
Yes. If you can sign that to Mark and Angie.
Mark and Angie.
Mm-hmm. And then write, "Hey, Luke."
What do you mean?
He just said to write, "Hey, Luke."
To Mark and Angie. Hey, Luke.
Yeah. Like, hey, Luke.
No, he doesn't want me to write the other bullshit.
You could write the other stuff too, but that's what he said. I'm just putting what we're at.
There's Johnny.
So we're going to bring in Tyler next.
Yeah, let's give him a shot. See if it'll work this time.
Well, he's not muted now, so hopefully he's good. I know that the StreamYard can be kind of a pain sometimes. All right, let's bring him in to get this thing rolling. Hey, Tyler.
All right, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you, Tyler. All right.
So I wanted to get this on for a sec. I wanted to show you this. I drew Earthquake about 2 years ago. All right.
Yeah.
I did that, man.
Awesome.
And the natural disasters, awesome. My first question for you, actually, you mentioned something about Drew McIntyre, and it made me think.
Yes.
You would be a great manager. Have you ever thought about maybe managing for WWE again, or like have you ever thought about coming in as a manager, or no? Like, has that ever crossed your mind, Fred?
Nah, never crossed my mind. Be honest.
Never crossed your mind. And then also, I drew you as well, buddy.
Excellent.
There.
Yeah, Sheila told me Sheila told me to show you, so I was like, yep. And I also got Tugboat as well. Got my Tugboat as well.
Oh, excellent, brother. Excellent.
So it's kind of funny earlier. You guys were saying something about Luke. You said the Bushwhackers probably gave the coronavirus. That was kind of funny. That was something I was going to ask. I was going to ask that, and then you guys stole it from me. So, sorry about the phone. We found out what happened. Prior to coming in, I accidentally hit the mute button. So that's what happened. I restarted the phone, and we're all good, brother. So, yeah.
Great.
Sorry about that issue. I've been waiting for so long to get in. But it's a privilege to meet both of you guys, living legends,
awesome.
And I would have hoped this would have been in person. But hey, you know what? I do my own wrestling show as well, and I mentioned how excited I was to meet you last night. I could honestly not even sleep. So
that's awesome, brother.
That's
very
great.
cool.
Yeah, I started the show. Yeah, brother. So, Luke, I had a question for you, and it might have already gotten answered, but your favorite tag team to work with, and I heard somebody say that maybe you turned heel. I thought about that as well. Like, it would have been cool if you guys turned heel. Was it ever, was it ever come across your mind that would you guys think maybe you were better as a good tag team, or maybe, did it ever cross your guys' mind? No, maybe not.
Yeah, I suggested it in WWE. I was a heel all my life. From 1962 right up to 88, I was a heel.
Oh, man. Awesome.
Yeah, Butch and me were heel. We were tag team heels as the Sheep Herders. Well, the Kiwis first. We started tagging in 1966.
Oh, that's great.
And we came to North America in 72, and we're heels there. And we're heels all the time. I enjoyed being a heel, and I suggested that to Vince, but he didn't want to go for it.
Oh, man. Yeah, Vince always shuts things down, but hey, you know what? It is what it is sometimes, right? You go with the gimmicks that you are given to you, and it is what it is, right?
Yeah,
exactly,
it is what it is. He didn't give us he gave us the name. He didn't give us the gimmick. We put this gimmick together. We put this gimmick together ourselves.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
And just like oh, sorry.
No, he gave us a Bushwhacker name so he could own us.
Oh yeah, I do the Bushwhacker here.
Yeah.
So what are we getting signed, Tyler?
Yeah,
Tyler got the 8x10 from Luke, which shows the Hall of Fame behind him.
Yeah.
And then he got the 3 Faces of Fred.
Sweet.
And you can tell him how you'd like him signed, Tyler.
All right, so Luke, for that you can write, oh yeah, and then you can put Bushwhacker Luke 2020 to Tyler.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
And how do you want Fred to sign the 3 Faces for you?
Yeah, could you write that to Tyler from, and could you just put like tugboat, and then could you say at the end of it, could you say brother?
Okay, you got it.
Doo-doo! I'm a little excited, guys. I had so many phone problems. And
Hey, to Tyler, what did you want me to say? I got to Tyler 2020, right?
Yeah, and then just write at the bottom somewheres, wherever you put it, Luke, just put, oh yeah, on there.
Okay.
Hey, to Tyler, and you want me to say what now?
Oh, yeah, could you say to Tyler, and then just right at the bottom, write brother?
Oh, you got it.
Thank you, brother.
You got it.
And next episode of Wrestling Rant, I'm going to mention how awesome of a guy you are, and hopefully down the road I get to meet you in person, man. So.
Oh, I hope so, brother.
Thanks for all the guys in Asylum working with my technical phone issues. So I know what I did now. I figured out what happened, so we're all good. But
good deal.
Oh, this is so awesome. You guys are great. Thanks.
Yeah. Glad you're here, man.
Yeah, we're glad you came on, Tyler.
Yeah, definitely.
That's always our biggest
issue.
For
you, man, because you're over there.
I randomly done.
Like a mine. There you go, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, man.
Yeah, mate.
Tyler, honey.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much. Do the sideways Bushwhackers.
Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa. Oh, thank you guys so awesome.
Thanks for coming in, Tyler.
Thank you guys so much.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Oh, you're very welcome.
See you later, brothers.
You got it.
Who we got?
We got Rick, Philip, Jackson, and Michael.
Go ahead and bring Philip in.
All right. How's it going, Phil?
Philip, how you doing, brother?
Good to see you again.
Mate?
How you doing?
Now, guys, this is our birthday boy. We got this little meet and greet for him for his birthday this past. What was it? Last month?
Yeah, June the 5th.
June the 5th.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent, June the 5th.
Hey, happy belated birthday, Philip. Whoa!
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Philip. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Awesome.
I just want to say, Fred, I really followed you and John Tensa your whole careers, and I always admired the Natural Disasters. Y'all were one of my favorite tag teams of all time. I was a big man myself, and I always loved the big guys in the wrestling ring. And I just wish Vince would have let y'all hold the belts longer, more times. But I just want to say I love you and love everything you did in the wrestling business. I really respect you, brother.
That means to me, brother. You know, in the wrestling business, the fans are some of the most important things about our business. And it's awesome to be to let people know that and be appreciated for what you did in the business, So thank you very much. I really do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart.
And Luke, I want to tell you that I love the Bushwhackers my whole life. As a kid, I used to go stomping around the house and do the Bushwhacker march.
Thank you, mate.
Love both of you guys. If you could just so I didn't pick out a photo, but if you could just sign it to Philip, it'd be good.
Which one
Do you want the Hasbro versions, Philip? Do you want the Hasbro versions of both of them?
Can I get the three faces?
There you go.
Yeah, that one be fine.
Oh,
just
no
sign
problem.
it to Philip with one L. Philip. It's with one L.
Right there on the screen.
A lot of people misspell my name because most people spell it with two L's. But
My other buddy Phil spells his with one. Philip.
Yeah.
Which Luke did you want, Philip?
It doesn't matter. Just anyone is fine.
He's a Hasbro guy, so show him your Hasbro one, Luke. I think he'll like that one.
Yes, sir. That one's fine.
Okay.
I just spend every day. I'm thankful to be alive. I was a recovering crack addict. I was on crack for 20 years, and left me being on oxygen. Left me being on oxygen, and I have to spend most of my days hooked up to a ventilator. So I'm blessed. Every day that God lets me wake up and watching both you guys old matches on TV, it really helps me get through the rough times. And
man, keep you in my thoughts, Philip. Man, that God bless you, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Thank you, both of you guys.
Thank you, mate.
Hey, one more quick question for you, Fred. Well,
sure.
What was your when did you first meet John? And before y'all got a tag team together, or?
No, I came in when they brought him in. He came in a little bit before me when he was sitting in the audience when they brought him up there during one of Dino Bravo's matches. I don't know if you remember back.
Yeah, I remember that.
He sat on his back, and that's when I was first on the road. When they first brought me in, I was wrestling as Big Steel Man. Matter of fact, all the encyclopedias, I'm in the front of the book, Big Steel Man. Anyway, and I met him and I enjoyed talking to him and everything. That was behind the scenes, though. And later on, when they turned me into Tugboat and they put me with Hogan, when Hogan was having problems and everything like that, they put me with us I got the tags against him and Dino Bravo, work angles and stuff, and it was really cool. And when Hulk got by Quake, then I worked around Quake, and plus I did some tag matches with Hacksaw and a couple of the other guys, Quake and Dino Bravo, until he came back.
Okay.
But
I had heard on one of the podcasts where one time they were planning on letting you go after Hogan and turn you heel at WrestleMania 7 to go after the belt.
Yeah. Then they brought in Slaughter. That's when they took Slaughter and did the Sheik gimmick. They had also thought about doing me as Sheik Tugboat at one point.
Yeah, I heard about that. Would have been pretty interesting.
Yeah,
I'll let you guys
funny.
go because I know you guys got a whole lot of line, but I just want to say thank you to Rocky Turner and the rest of you guys for the birthday gift. And
absolutely, Phil. Happy birthday, buddy.
Absolutely,
man.
Yeah.
Brother. Pleasure talking to you, man. And, and me, I know Luke with me. We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yes, we really appreciate you, mate.
Take care, brother.
Thanks, Philip.
Take care. Whoa, Philip.
Who you got, Rocky?
I got Chris, Michael, Jackson, and Rick.
Rick is fine.
I can see, man. He's pacing the house. He's ready to go.
Uh-oh.
What's up, Rick?
Oh,
What's up,
look at
guys?
that hat.
Whoa,
yay, whoa.
What's up, guys? Pleasure to meet you, Luke, Fred.
Oh, pleasure, brother.
Great to see you too, mate.
Yeah, I gotta tell Luke real quick. I was a little sad that I wasn't able to come on after the gentleman who asked you about the how many heads have you licked? Reason why I say that is because I want to add to that total. Can you give me a virtual licking?
Hey, mate, you don't taste too good, mate. You don't taste good at all.
Oh,
You taste a bit You taste a bit fishy.
Hey, Rick, now you got to buy a shirt. Now you got to get a shirt, Rick.
You got to get one of these shirts.
You need that shirt.
I can still purchase after all this, right?
You can get one right now if you want.
He's got one right now he can sign for you.
Okay.
What size do you want?
Large, please.
Large.
Large and in charge.
Actually, I had a quick question for you as well, Luke. Just real quick. With all the licking you guys did, was there any stories behind maybe you and Butch maybe going backstage and saying, we probably shouldn't have licked that one?
No. Hey, the story about the licking was the girl. What's the girl that used to do the ring announcing back in the late 80s, early 90s, Fred?
McGurk?
No. She used to do the interviews at the back, and she did Spanish.
I forget. Yeah, I know.
Anyhow, she comes up. We've got to do this thing out the back between matches before we went to the ring, and she says to us, "Don't lick me." And one of us was carrying a bucket of sardines, and of course Vince says straight away, "Liquor." And so we went out there, and I had to grab her for Butch. And she fought like hell while Butch slimed her. And she was as mad as hell.
Oh, wow.
just like the guy who died today who had the talk show.
Regis Philbin.
Regis Philbin. Yeah. Kathy Lee said we were the worst people. We turned around and looked at her and we said, "Shall we lick her?" And she ran up the stage and ran off the stage. And in the book she wrote, in one of her books, she said we were the most uncouth people she'd ever met. She was too scared of getting a licking.
I was in between glasses of wine.
Yeah. And her husband, Frank Gifford, my Frank. And look what Frank did.
Oh.
Hey, Fred, real quick, just a quick question.
Yeah.
I heard earlier that you're action figure collector. What's your favorite piece aside from yours, of course?
There's so many, man. I've been collecting a lot of the old LJNs, and I've been collecting and I love Hasbros and stuff like that. And I've got a good portion of everybody. There's ones that were hard to get, like Nails. It was hard for me to find one of him. You know what I'm saying? Yoko was hard to find. You know what I'm saying? But I've got a pretty good amount. I'm still, but the hardest ones is getting hard time. The Hasbros are going up, and I was telling the one guy on there earlier, Rick Martel don't sign here no more. And I just got a signed Rick Martel model, classics figure, in clean shape. And I was like, okay, I didn't want to part with the money, but I like them. I only have a few that are in the packages. One of them is Ricky Steamboat, and Ricky signed it for me.
Nice.
But I like the loose figures because it don't matter to me if some of them I got a whole bunch of them, different multiples of different figures, and it don't matter if they're a little beat, the paint or something like that, because it shows that they have been loved. If that makes any sense,
exactly.
they've been.
I have to say. I'm sorry, Fred, because I didn't know about this event, but I did trade one of your action figures.
Yes.
I want to say maybe about a couple of months ago, I traded it for an Ultimate Warrior. Now I regret it.
What was it?
He's
Was it
got some
Hasbro
tugboats.
or what? Was it a Hasbro or what?
Yeah, it
Or
was
what?
the
Or Elite?
Jax classic.
Oh, Jax,
Superstars.
the Jax figure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
these
tell you a
are,
funny story about the Jax. Quake got his before mine. Okay, he signed his deal first,
Right.
and he calls me on the phone. And he goes, Taif. He goes, I'm just letting you know they're gonna come out with a figure of you. And he goes, I just got mine. And I go, oh, that's awesome. He goes, yeah, but they gave Yokozuna's body. I'm going, oh, I know that. Yeah, I know that handsome body you got. You know, because that was the thing with those figures from, those classics, is they only had like 4 or 5 body types, So we were blessed. We got the Yoko bodies, So
Yeah. That's funny.
looks like we were the buffet busters instead of the natural disasters.
These are 2 of my favorite right here. I don't know if you can see them in the background. The
yeah.
Warrior,
very
Macho
cool.
Man, WrestleMania 7. Yeah, those
Oh, that's awesome.
2 of my favorites.
That's awesome. And I had got that newest the Slim Jim Macho Man. In
Oh,
the box.
yes.
Slim.
Yeah, I'm hoping to pick that one
Very
up pretty
cool
soon.
figure, brother. If you can come across
Yeah.
one, they're very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Thank
Rick
you, Fred.
got your 3 Faces of Fred 8x10, and Luke, he got your Hasbro 8x10.
Okay, cool.
And you can tell him how you'd like them signed, Rick.
Yeah,
No.
just a special request, Fred, if you don't mind.
Sure.
The 3
No.
faces. If
Yeah.
you could sign with each
Pictures?
character.
Sure.
Yeah, each character. If you could do the Shockmaster in blue, and then
Sure.
the other 2 can be in red.
Okay, you got it, brother.
And what color? What do you want this color and this, mate?
Can I get that one in green, Luke, if you don't mind, please? And
Green.
if you could do that one to Rick and family, and then just put the Hall of Fame if you can.
Yeah, it is the Turrican family.
There again, we need signing music.
Signing music.
Dun, 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 dun,
Famous
dun,
Commercialize it, blah, 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 blah. Tomorrow.
Hey, Pee-wee. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Now, Fred, don't be getting up on the table because we know how that's going to end.
I had to take this. Hey, I had to take the stripper pole down tonight. I usually do a dance with my wife, in the dining room with the stripper pole. How's this, brother?
That's
Awesome.
awesome. I love that.
Awesome.
Thank
got
you.
it.
Thank
We
you.
had a
very
few
welcome.
fans ask if you can put the helmet on and fall.
No falling. Hey, I'll be like the little old lady. I'm falling and I can't get up. At the
Make
bottom
sure
of the
you
stairs.
got your life alert thing on if you're going to fall.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome,
Yeah.
Luke. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
You're welcome, mate.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, bro.
Thanks, Rick,
No
so
problem.
much, man.
Thank you,
Awesome,
Asylum. I appreciate
brother.
it. Love you guys. I love this.
Love you, man.
Love you, brother. Be good.
Thank you. You guys be
Thanks,
great.
Rick.
Bless.
Thank you.
Whoa.
Oh.
Hey, guys! I
Yeah.
signed a shirt. I signed a shirt for him too at the start.
Yeah, that's
He
fine.
He ordered a shirt, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, we're pushing those in the background. We're trying to get them babies out the door.
Yeah. Thank you, mate.
And then worst case scenario, we can put them up on the group and also sell them after the show. So just both of you know that even after our show's done, we're still working for you. We're still moving stuff. We're still moving stuff. You got stuff you want gone, we're moving it.
Okay.
So we got, let's see who we got in here. We got a full house. We got Jackson, Michael, Bryant, and Sean, and Chris.
Bring in Bryant.
Bryant?
Yep.
Brian.
Bryant,
Bryant.
what's up, buddy?
Bryant, what are you doing, brother?
How you doing, Brian? Whoa, good day, Brian. How the bloody hell are you, mate?
Hey, I'm good. How are you, Luke?
Good.
Good. Hey, man, I'm sure there's no way in hell you can remember this, but back in the Mid-Atlantic days, I actually met you guys a couple of times when you were working with Johnny A's at the Roanoke Civic Center. Do you remember working there?
The Raleigh Civic Center.
The Roanoke Civic Center.
Roanoke,
yes,
Virginia.
yeah, Roanoke, Virginia.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
I was always the kid that hung out with the rain crew, and I got to talk to you guys many times. You guys joked around with me during the Mid-Atlantic days, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Is there any, to bring up memories from those days, is there anything about that area that you liked or you hated or you wished you could have did different? Or
Oh, well, the only thing I hated the long road trips. We were on the road for over 3,000 miles a week, 3,500 miles a week. But it was a good territory. North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, Georgia. We covered a lot of ground then. This was before they started going nationwide.
wow, yeah.
Then they went nationwide, and we went right up to used to do Long Island. We never went into Manhattan, but we did Long Island, and we were doing Philly, Baltimore, all around that way. Pittsburgh.
I actually like a couple of times during those years I rode in the back of the ring truck to a couple of those spots, like from Virginia, Lynchburg. I mean, like literally in the back of the ring truck.
Yeah, I remember Lynchburg too, mate.
Yeah. What about? I'm trying to think of the other town. There were a couple
Cole.
of Rocky Mount. They did some spot shows at Rocky Mount back in the days too. Yeah.
And what, Rocky?
Rocky Mount, Virginia.
Yeah. Yes. That's a spot show. Yeah, spot show town.
Yeah.
Very rare.
Awesome, man. Well, it's good to see you. Good to talk to you, man. I really appreciate you doing this with the asylum and with everybody. It's great.
Yeah, they do a great job.
Hey, Luke, he got one of your belts.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And Fred, he got a 3 Faces of Fred 8x10.
Awesome.
Hey, Fred, I'd like to ask you a couple of questions too.
Sure, brother.
Hey, I guess the main question I wanted to ask was when you did I loved all your characters or personas, gimmicks, whatever you want to call them, but
yeah.
Obviously, you know what happened with the Shockmaster.
Sure.
That one perplexes me the most. I mean, and I just want to know, like, did you guys rehearse that, or did you get that get handed that like a week before, or the day you showed up?
Half hour before for the launch, they go, "You're gonna wear this over your head to hide your face, and this is where you're gonna come through, and you got to bust the wall out." They didn't cut it or gimmick it or anything else. It was 5/8 sheet. It was 2x4s. I broke out, I think, 2x4s when I busted through the wall. They didn't cut the 2x4s. It was built like a wall in your house, and except for the board going across, because the height of the wall was about 10, 11 feet tall on the stage, and the rest is cinematic history. Okay. When I went through that wall and became a human teeter-totter, the helmet popping off, Ole did the voice. There was no way to put a microphone to the helmet. I got the helmet right here next to me. Matter of fact, the cameraman, when I was doing Mania, and we did WrestleCon over in Orlando for WrestleMania, and I had the table with me. I was sitting across from some legend guys, and they seen that helmet, and they were laughing because guys all wanted to do photo ops wearing the helmet. It's like a magnet that I joke all the time, and it's just crazy. There was no trying it or doing it, or it was a one-time deal, and it was live TV. It wasn't videotaped. where you could possibly do it over. Like a lot of times Vince would do things over in the second or third hour of the night. Luke could tell you that. So it was, if he had a match and he didn't like it, the house always at nighttime, because TVs were so long, 3-4 hours, and people have kids, and they would leave, and so they would rearrange people in between shows and stuff like that. And you may work 3 or 4 times a night, but if they put you on the maybe first or second hour and it didn't go right, the end of the night is you'd be going back out there again and redoing a match. I never had it happen to me, but I've seen guys it has happened to.
Honky had to do it. It's finished 3 times.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian, where do you want me to sign? Where do you want me to sign it? On here?
Yeah, let's put it there. To Brian. The standard Hall of Fame.
Right on the
bottom. Okay, sign it here.
Okay. Yes, thank you.
You want your name on it, right?
Yes, please.
You're welcome, sir.
It's and Fred, if on the picture to my that I'm getting, is it possible you could sign it all 3 personas?
Oh, I did it already. Look here.
Okay.
Yep. Tugboat Typhoon, the Shockmaster, and best wishes, Brian.
That is amazing. All right. That is cool.
All right, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're very, very welcome, brother.
It's been a great show, Asylum. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. And thanks.
I'm glad you called them, and it was great talking with you, man.
Yep, thank you.
You're very, very welcome, man.
Oh, hey, Fred and Luke, do you guys know Boogie?
Who?
Jimmy Valiant.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, the Boogie Woogie Man.
Yeah.
See it, Brian?
That is awesome. Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
You're welcome.
Matter of fact, I don't know if they still do, but Big Mama, she lives over in Fort Myers, across the way here from where we are in St. Petersburg. And Jimmy's daughter lives over there also.
Okay, cool. I actually went, I'm from Virginia, obviously, and I actually trained at Boogie's camp for a while and worked the Indies for a bit.
He's a hell of a guy.
Yeah,
Boogie
he
Man.
is funny as all get out.
Yeah.
Brian, thanks for coming in, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it very
Thank you,
much.
brother. Great talking.
Have a good day.
All right, who we got?
Hey, I got to see a man about a dog.
Okay, sure. We'll take a little break. You need to.
Hello, my darling. Hello, my darling.
Do you need to see a man about a dog as well, Fred?
Oh no.
Yeah, if you need to take a little break, we can.
Well, let me run in there while he's gone. I'll run in there real quick.
All right.
I won't keep you waiting.
All right.
No rush. All right, guys. Just while they're gone, we have 7 shirts left. Various sizes, I believe extra large and large. We have some Tugboat Elites left that can be signed. That includes meet and greets with all of this stuff if you purchase. We have some Shockmaster pins left. We have a Shockmaster ring left. So we have quite a bit of merch left if you want to grab something and get in on this.
We got those pins as well, don't we?
Yeah, Shockmaster pins.
You said we had some, Tugboat Elites left?
Yeah, we have 6 Tugboat Elites left.
Okay. That's a great figure.
All right. Pokey Miller just got himself a shirt.
Nice. Everybody waiting backstage, thanks for your patience.
Yeah, sorry guys. This is a busy show.
Yeah.
When we have 2 people at once, it's even busier.
But we appreciate it. Appreciate all you guys coming in and joining us tonight.
All right, thank you, Pokey, for buying a shirt. Appreciate that.
Yep, thanks.
Uh-oh. Okay.
I've noticed that Fred's connection's gotten better.
Yeah, as we go. All right.
Woohoo! Like oatmeal done in a minute.
My mom loves oatmeal, cinnamon.
Oh, I can't get in.
So who do we want to bring in here?
Who you got?
Let me get rid of Bryant here. We got Chris, we got Matt Matrani, Sean, and Michael. And Jackson. Sorry, Jackson's in there too.
I got a liquor up too.
Which Sean?
I can't even pronounce his name. Sararis? Is that right?
Okay.
Am I close?
All right. Repeat that list again.
Michael, Sean, Matt, Chris, Zach.
Matt is
Jackson.
next. Matt Matrani.
Matrani. What's up,
Matt?
What's up, guys?
Bro, how's it going?
What's up, buddy? I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
Very cool, man. Very, very cool. Enjoying this.
That's awesome. So I understand you're a huge figure collector too. I mean, I'm a
You
giant
are, brother.
figure
I see
collector.
him. I see your Hasbro's in the back there.
Yeah, that's just the loose ones. I have a whole wall of on the card too. I have 74 of 90 on 94 on the card. So.
That's awesome.
So I also have some random bootlegs too. I have a bootleg figure of Luke, which is pretty cool. It's like a little tiny mini bootleg from somewhere, which is great. A lot of fun. But I got a question for you guys. So in SummerSlam '91, what was it like to work together, and what was it like to work with Jimmy Hart and Andre the Giant? I think that was Andre's last pay-per-view appearance too, I believe.
When he was around, when he was with us against the, that was his last appearance for WWE.
Yeah, you guys fought each other. Bushwhackers versus Natural Disasters.
Yeah, that's when Fred crushed me.
Yes.
Hey, you don't want to hear that story again, Fred, do you?
Oh my God, I'm crushed.
That was the cheese cutter story. The cheese cutter. Yeah.
Oh my God.
You know, Matt, I worked against Andre in 1969. He was 350 pounds with a big afro. He looked skinny then. He looked skinny. He hadn't come to North America yet. He'd only worked in Europe. Well, he was from France, of course. He'd worked in England, and then he came to Australia and New Zealand, which are British countries. You know.
Yeah, of course.
So, and then when he come over here, when he come over to North America, he came to a company in Montreal called Grand Prix. And he came there in 71, and I came there in 72 to the same country.
Oh,
wow! So you guys know each other. You guys knew each other for a long time. So
I remember seeing him at the Miami Beach Convention Center. It was my first time going to a live show. The Briscoes won the card. Malenka that trained me was on the great Malenka was on the card, and it was a skinny giant, like Luke said. Compared, down, he was huge, but he was a good guy. He was a real good guy. Yeah. Some guy, if he liked you, you're okay. If he didn't like you, I feel sorry for you working with him.
Yes,
okay.
Feel sorry.
Or if he was a sore giant, you're going to be a sore opponent.
Oh my God, that's awesome. That's great.
Oh yeah.
So did you guys enjoy working together against each other's tag teams? I know you guys fought a couple of times. Did you guys enjoy your team versus, Natural Disasters versus Bushwhackers, or how was your ring chemistry?
I love working with them. I would love working with them.
Yeah.
Other than me being a Lummox, I always loved working with Luke and Bush. Like I tell guys a lot, we were talking earlier, they're generals in the ring. Second nature, and I had a great partner as far as Earthquake.
Excuse me, guys.
A guy that was, wrestled sumo, undefeated.
Yeah.
He took and wrestled, he was on the Olympic team in Canada, he's great, and he was, I couldn't have had a better tag team partner than Quake, and like working with them, the chemistry was, just awesome. You know, you couldn't work with two better guys. Yeah.
No, it always seemed when you guys fought each other, you guys had good chemistry. You guys, you know, you could tell you guys liked each other, which was great.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But
no ego. No ego.
He's getting your tugboat hat, and Matt has requested the dirtiest one you have.
Dirtiest one I have.
The most worn one. So.
Oh.
He wants you to sit on it, then send it. No,
I mean, cut the cheese.
Hey, Fred.
This is a special hat.
Do a giant number on it.
Yeah. Hey, pardon the skid mark in the middle. Okay.
That's awesome.
You make it out. You want me to make it you, brother?
Yeah, you can make it out too, Matt. Yep.
and he got some buddies, but those are coming later. So, right, Matrani? I think you got buddies.
Yeah,
You got all three of them.
all of them. Yep, I can't wait for them. So, I can't wait.
And
of
just
course,
showing you
Luke-
the T-shirt.
It's a cool shirt. Yep. If I buy
Hey,
any more wrestling stuff, I'm gonna have to
the
save in the garage.
shirt would look good on you, mate.
Oh yeah, yeah. I have a lot of your stuff already. I mean, I don't know how many Bushwhacker figures I have in this room, so it's crazy.
You've been bushwhacked.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I have a
Let me
ton
see.
of figures in here of you guys. I mean, you
There
can
you
see
go,
like
brother.
I have.
Can you
That's
also?
awesome.
I know Matt very well. Can you also write ring worn on there too, on the
I
back?
have it on there already. It's right
or
here.
ahead.
Thanks,
Right under
David.
where-
I appreciate it.
Matt, best wishes, and it says ring worn
Thanks, buddy.
underneath. Oh,
There's
you're
all
very,
my
very
Hasbros
welcome.
for you. So,
Sweet.
tons of Hasbros for you. And then, of
Oh,
course,
that's awesome.
Bushwhackers. So,
Oh yeah.
but appreciate it, guys. I'll get out of here so everybody else can get in. So I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for coming.
Have a good day,
Awesome.
Matt.
Have a good night, guys.
Thank
Awesome,
you.
Matt.